Hi, fifth graders. Welcome to this week's flipped class recording. I've been speaking to many students who are asking how they could get better practice with their vocabulary words. Vocabulary is always a challenging thing, but being um, proficient at vocabulary is going to make you a better reader and certainly a better writer. And so it is our goal to have great readers and writers. And so I have a tool I would like to show you today that I've used for many years with many students that has helped them not only with their vocabulary, but it can be used with almost anything that you want to study that has words and definitions. So history, science vocabulary, anything that you want to study in an interesting way, you can use this tool to do that. And so it's called StudyStack, as you can see. And the web address is www.studystack.com. If you type that into Google, this is what will come up. Now I've gone ahead and created an account. It's a free sign up. There's no charge for this. So I now have an account called F Booth is my username, and you can see that this is my study stack. I can change my password. I'll go here to the accounts because it defaults to stacks, and I'll explain those in just a minute. But this is my account. It's easy to set up. There's nothing hard about it. You can actually create friends through Facebook to help you use and create your stacks. Not necessary though. I'm using this just as my own little tool to study. So for what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I create a stack. Now what a stack is, if you think about, this is just another way to do flashcards, but it's on the computer. And so I am going to create a new stack by clicking here. And my stack name, I'm actually going to call it by the same name as the online school is calling the vocabulary lessons. So I'm going to do this one. It's the first one. It's called Words to Learn 1. Okay, and I know most students have already completed this, so I think it's a good one to give an example. And I might actually put the description OLS vocabulary, or I think I'll say 5th grade vocabulary. It's not necessary to put a description, but if I wanted to share this with someone, it's nice for them to know what it is. And I can choose, is it going to be a question answer, a term definition, or I can customize that. And because it's vocabulary, I'm actually going to go term definition. And then I get to choose all these other options. I'm not going to do any of these at this point because I'm just really creating this for myself. You could if you wanted to. If you had a friend in 5th grade and you wanted to say, hey, I created a stack and I'm going to share it with you, you could. That's totally up to you. So I'm just leaving those all unchecked right now, and I'm going to go ahead and save the changes. And they give nice little cues over here as to what what it is they're asking you to do. Now that I have the defined stack, so I know I'm going to do words to learn, I'm going to go and it's prompting me to go ahead and add this data. Now here's the nice thing about it. This is really simple, easy to do, and I'm only going to do a couple so that you can get the idea. So for example, I just click in the first box, and as you can probably tell, we're creating flashcards with the idea that one side has the word and one side has the definition. So let me just get to one of the first words that are in this lesson, and the word was tumult. Now the one thing I love about this is the act of actually putting these words into, whoops, putting these words into the stack, it's another way to study it. It's another chance for you to take a look at the word, how it's spelled, what it means. And I can just tab through these. I'm going to do a couple more so I can show you the cool thing. So these are, I'm just tabbing, and it's tabbing to the next box, and this will be the last one I will do. And I'm taking these definitions right off of the PDF that's in the lesson. So I'm not inventing anything here. Again, I'm just creating another way to study these words. Okay, so I would go ahead and fill in all the words, and you can add blank rows if you have more words than the blanks are. Very simple. So I'm saving these changes. This is the fun part. As the changes get saved, and I'll just wait for just a minute. Let me try that again and make sure I clicked it. Okay, I didn't click it well enough. Now, once I save the changes, this menu opens across the bottom. That is really what makes this fun. So now I have several ways I can study my flashcards that I just created. And so one of the first ways, I could use it as a table. So if I click on that, it's just giving me the word and the definition. And so then I can hide certain parts of this. So for example, it's hiding right now what is great and confusing, what is to utter weak cries, and I remember that was whimper. So if I say whimper and then I show it, yeah, I was right, it was whimper. To speak in an angry way, that was to snarl, I believe. Yeah, I'm correct. So that's one way I can study. I can study it in a stack, just like the words if they were written on cards, on actual cards. So I would click on this and say, okay, the term is tumult. What's the definition? And I can't remember it. Okay, but maybe I remembered great and confusing, so I can start with the definition and learn tumult. Now, if I know this, I can keep it in my stack. Or I can discard it. If I don't know it, I'd want to keep it so I could keep studying it. There is a crossword option. What is to utter weak cries? And that's going to be 3 across, and I think that was whimper. So I would go ahead and type in here. I would spell it correctly, hopefully. Whimper, and I would hit enter, and it fills in, and I know that I'm correct. So this offers so many amazing ways to study these words that you have each week. That's not the traditional way, and remember that the point is to learn the words. And so if you were to decide to do this in place of some of the activities in the vocabulary lesson, that would be fine. Remember, the objective is to learn the words, and so this is just another way that I'm providing you. Now you'll see that, because this is a free site, you are going to see ads, and I have not found any of them to be annoying or in any way inappropriate, but use your judgment on whether or not you would like to use something like this to help your students study vocabulary, and good luck with your vocabulary words. Thanks, students. See you in class.